You know what? We've all been there. You're at work, it's getting really late, and that's when things get a little more creepy than usual. I'm talking customers that come in, they order their food, they sit down, and they just look at you. And look at you. The guy has his food in front of him, and you'd think he'd be eating. He's by himself, which is fine. That's not what makes him creepy. He comes in, though. He gets his food. He's acting fine at first. And then he sits there with his food just laying out in front of him. Here's his sandwich. And instead of eating it, he just stares at me. Like, do you not have anything else to do? I mean, I'm closing in like an hour, so if you could eat that and leave, that'd be cool. But then out of the building, like when people pull up and they just sit in their cars for over an hour at a time, and you look out there and you're like, what is going on? And you guys end up, you make eye contact, and then you're like, oh God, and you have to act like you're doing something so you don't look like the creep, but really they're sitting in their car for an hour just doing nothing. That's creepy. And then different car, but they pull up, so it's after close. And they pull up right in front of the door, blocking the door so you can't leave. And you can't really see what's going on. You just see a car. I can't see the driver. I see them in front of the door blocking my exit. And they don't get out. They don't pull on the door. I don't think they're checking the hours. They're sitting there. They sat there for 10 minutes. And it really freaked me out. I was really uncomfortable about the whole thing. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get robbed. You don't know what's going on. It's late at night. And there's just someone blocking the door. It's creepy. But I think the worst thing, and it was kind of a big misunderstanding, but this guy comes in, he gets his food. No, he didn't come in. He came in, he didn't get any food. He was sitting there. He wasn't with anyone. Nothing happened. So we keep helping, regular people, and then we're done, and he's just sitting there. So we're like, okay, whatever, we'll go in the back. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this guy is going to rob us. He's been waiting for everyone to clear out, and he's gonna rob us. So 3 more minutes go by, and this guy opens the door, and he comes back in there, and I look at him, and I just freeze. I'm like, oh my God, there's gonna be a gun to my head. I'm gonna get murdered. He's gonna steal from me. I don't know what's going on. And he ends up going, oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was the bathroom. And I'm like, no, it's the next door. He's like, oh, my bad. So I thought my life was going to end in that moment. All these creeps, the people who sit there, they stare at you, they sit outside and they stare inside. People who they give you those bad vibes, you know what I mean?